Hi, my name is Adam. Today we're going to talk about packs, their differences and how to choose the right one for the right job. These are all Broncolor packs. On the left hand side we've got the lowest power, on the right hand side we've got the strongest power. 1200, 1200, 1200, 16, 2400, 3200 and 3200. We won't talk about battery packs in too much detail today, so what we'll do is we'll take out this battery and focus on all of the mains pack options. First of all, we'll look at the most basic option. The most basic pack is the Primo pack. Here we've got the Primo Fashion pack and the Primo 1600 watt pack. The Fashion pack is a 1200 watt pack, the basic Primo a 1600 watt pack. The difference here is in not only power but also recycle speed. So the Fashion is designed for fast recycle. It also has a unique asymmetric feature which lets you put two heads in and split between 30% and 70% power, which is quite ideal for shooting people. On the other hand, if you're just using one head, it's pretty fast and will keep up with most shooting. If you just need basic power at 1600 watts, then the basic Primo is ideal. If you're shooting still life, or cars, or architecture, or people shots where there's quite a slow pace, this is ideal. With the Primo pack, it's symmetric power, so it doesn't matter how many heads you plug in, they're going to be divided equally by the power. So with two heads at full, you have 50% here and 50% here. If you put in a third head, you would have a third, a third and a third. Now we're going to look at the Verso packs. The Verso packs are named obviously because they're versatile. They can be used plugged into the mains, or they can be used on a battery. When you put it onto the battery, you retain 90% of all the functionality that you would have when it's plugged into the mains. So, the good thing about these packs is that they are fast to recycle, they've got a reasonably good flash duration, and they're asymmetric. This is the Verso control panel. Control panel 1 controls plug 1. Control panel 2 controls plugs 2. And you can control 1 and 2 independently, giving you asymmetric power. Here we have the Verso A2, which is 1200 watts, and the Verso A4, which is 2400 watts. That's 2400 watts on battery. That's a lot, and it's the most powerful you can get for battery power on location. When attaching the pack to the battery, make sure the pins and plugs line up. The Verso battery will give you approximately 300 flashes on full with the 1200 watt pack, a little less with the 2400 watt pack. The charger is internal, so all you need is the charging cable. Each bar represents 10%, so it's very easy to tell whether you're full, half full or nearly empty. They are fan cooled, and just because you're using them on location, be aware that you still have to be careful of waterproofing, because these are not waterproof. Now, if you need either strong power or sophisticated functions, you should look at either of these two packs. These are both 3200 watt packs or 3K packs. This is the Broncolor Graphite A4, and it's been in service for about 10 years, and it's been the most sophisticated pack on the market for a long time. This is the Broncolor Scoro A4S, and this has now superseded the graphite. It's extremely fast in all respects and has a lot of sophisticated functions. It's roughly 10 to 20% faster in most functions than over the graphite. So if you're using both, what you can do is put this pack on the lower power setting and this one on the higher power setting, and you'll get equalised kind of functionality. Here we have the graphite pack. Again, asymmetric control. You have the best control with plugs 1 and 2. The third is more of an auxiliary backup and it has more limited control. Here you have the asymmetric control. You can control each head individually how you like. Or you can increase all of them here. And you have this same function with the Scoro pack as well. One nice feature, it has 2 sync plugs. One is an auxiliary. Here you can see when you go too far with your asymmetric control, you'll get a warning of some description. This is the new Scoro A4. The A4 comes in 2 variations, just the standard A4 and the A4S. The A4S is for speed and it delivers very, very well when it comes to speed. You've got near instantaneous recycle and you've got the speed button here which will optimise the entire pack for fast recycle. If you're shooting people, catalogues, anything with high speed, this is the pack to use. If you want to capture motion, like somebody jumping in the air, this is the pack to use. Unlike the graphite, here you've got full functionality over 3 channels with the 3 control pads. So there's no limitation with the pack. Very, very good. Here on the Scoro you've got control number 1 for plug number 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3. Individual control. So what is a pack and how do you choose which pack to use? Well, first let's look at what this is. This is a mono head and it's a combination of your head and your control or your pack. Head, pack. If you look at the back, here are your controls, the front, here's your head. So this is a compact unit and it's convenient because you can carry it all in one case and it's a bit lighter weight than having a separate pack and a head. But if you put it up on a stand, then every time you want to make an adjustment you've either got to bring the light down or get on a ladder and adjust it up high. Okay, so now we've got our mono over there, which is all integrated. Controls and head are all in one. Over here we've got the pack and the head separated by this cable. You've got all of your controls on the pack and just the flash head and the fan assembly here. The only control you've got is to turn the modelling bulb on or off. Sometimes you have a focus adjustment depending on the type of head that you're using. This makes things a lot easier if you need control on the ground while leaving your head up high. Okay, here we've got 2 packs. This one is symmetrical and this one is asymmetrical. That means that with this one you can control each individual head power individually. On this one, if we put in 2 lights, we can only control it here. So 1 control over 2 lights. They will always be equal power, no matter whether we go to full or half. With this pack, if we plug in 2 heads, you can control each one individually. So this is number 3, that's number 3, it's number 2, 2, 1, 1.